Right now, you believe something. Maybe it's about politics, maybe it's about pineapple on pizza. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you're sure of one more thing. Most people agree with you. They don't. Not as many as you think anyway. And the gap between what you believe about other people's beliefs and what they actually believe has a name. Psychologists call it the false consensus effect. It's one of the strangest quirks of human thinking, and it shapes nearly every disagreement you've ever had. Here's how it was discovered. In 1977, a researcher named Lee Ross ran a simple experiment at Stanford University. He asked college students a strange favor. Would they walk around campus wearing a large sandwich board that said, "Repent," on it? Some said yes, some said no. That part isn't surprising. What happened next is, Ross then asked every student the same question. What percentage of your fellow students do you think would agree to wear the sign? The students who agreed to wear it guessed that most other people would agree too. The students who refused guessed that most other people would refuse too. Each group was convinced their own choice was the popular one. Neither group was right. This wasn't about the sandwich board. It was about something deeper. Humans don't just believe things. They assume their beliefs are the default setting for the entire species. Why would your brain do this? Part of the answer is simple. You spend most of your life around people who think like you. Your friends, your family, your online feed, quietly filtered by an algorithm that learned what you already agree with. When almost everyone around you shares your opinion, of course, it feels universal. You're not sampling humanity. You're sampling an echo. But there's something else going on. Something older. Think about your ancestors, tens of thousands of years ago, living in small bands of maybe 30 to 50 people. In that world, assuming everyone thought like you wasn't a bias. It was often true. Small, tight-knit groups really do converge on shared beliefs, shared fears, shared rules. Agreement kept the group alive. Disagreement could get you exiled, and exile on the open savanna was often a death sentence. Your brain evolved for that world. A world of 30 people, not 8 billion. Now stretch that same wiring across a species of 8 billion strangers, most of whom you will never meet, and the math breaks down completely. The mental habit that once helped you survive now quietly distorts how you see everyone outside your circle. There's a second piece to this puzzle, and it's a little uncomfortable. Believing that others agree with you feels good. It's reassuring. Psychologist Solomon Asch's famous conformity experiments in the 1950s showed something chilling. People will change their answers to match a group, even when the group is obviously wrong, just to avoid the discomfort of standing alone. Assuming consensus isn't just a memory shortcut. It's emotional armor. If everyone agrees with you, you can't be the crazy one. So your brain does something clever and a little dishonest. It quietly inflates the head count. It rounds, some people agree with me, up to most people agree with me. And it does this without ever asking your permission. Here's where it gets stranger. The false consensus effect doesn't just affect trivial opinions. Researcher Joachim Kruger, who spent decades studying this bias, found it shows up in guesses about everything from consumer habits to moral judgments to political beliefs. People overestimate agreement whether they're talking about breakfast cereal or the death penalty. The size of the topic doesn't matter. The mechanism is the same, and it gets more personal than that. The effect is strongest for beliefs you hold tightly. The more confident you are, the more you assume others share your view, which means the opinions you feel most certain about are exactly the ones most likely to be distorted by this bias. Confidence doesn't protect you from the false consensus effect. Confidence feeds it. Think about the last argument you had online. You probably walked away assuming the room was on your side. So did the person you were arguing with. You were both wrong, in the same direction, at the same time. Two people staring at the same disagreement, each one certain that everyone else agreed with them and not the other guy. This is why the internet feels the way it does. Every platform is a hall of mirrors built from other people who already think like you. Every scroll deepens the illusion. Every algorithm rewards you for staying inside your own echo because agreement keeps you scrolling longer than doubt does. You're not seeing the world. You're seeing a reflection of yourself, curated by a machine that profits from your certainty. So what do you do with this? Notice the feeling first. That quiet certainty that, obviously, most people think this. That's not evidence. That's your ancestral brain, still counting heads in a village of 30, applying old math to a world of billions. Ask yourself, honestly, how you know what most people believe. Did you check, or did you just feel it? Most of the time when people say, everyone thinks this, what they actually mean is, the people I talk to think this. Those are not the same sentence, even though they feel identical from the inside. None of this means your beliefs are wrong. It means the size of your imagined support group is probably wrong. And once you can separate those two things, disagreement stops feeling like an ambush. It starts feeling like something closer to the truth. Most people didn't agree with you in the first place. They just never told you. Right now, you believe something. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a very old part of your brain is still whispering that everyone else believes it too. They don't. And now you know why.